Let's go. Today I'm talking about the 1981 movie Halloween 2. As always, this review is going to be spoiler free, so if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe to this channel and like the video. A couple years after the success of Halloween, the studio decided to cash in by putting out a sequel. So they got the crew back together, brought back Jamie Lee Curtis, kind of, and made this movie. The plot picks up right after Halloween 1 and follows more events taking place on the same night. Laurie is taken to the hospital to treat her wounds from the first movie, and Michael comes back out to wreak havoc on the town of Haddonfield. The movie begins by making sure we remember what happened in the end of the last one, and it's a good call. It shows just how stylistically similar this one is to the last one, because the transition is pretty seamless. The cinematography is deliberately done in the same style as the original to make the two seem of a piece, and the way many of the scares are set up in this movie harkens back to the last one and its Hitchcockian roots. But despite how similar it is in style, it is definitely a step down in quality. This movie is nowhere close to as smart as the first one. If you thought that it was dumb that Michael knew how to drive a car in the last movie, then you are in for a lot of annoyance here, because Michael repeatedly does things that there's just no way he should know how to do. There's also a ton of illogical plot conveniences, like for instance the fact that there is apparently nobody in this hospital where Laurie is located, and it is just conveniently super dark. Like, who turned off all the damn lights at this hospital? Realism is not what this movie is going for. And because this is a sequel, it of course has to go bigger, which means more bloody and more creative deaths, which there are more of. I don't dislike what they do here with the kills. They're pretty good overall, and some of that artful suspense work from the original still carries over here. It's just not quite as impressive or memorable as the simplicity of the original. Michael also changes his methods here, which I understand they had to do in order to keep things interesting, but it's just weird to see Michael scalding people in hot tubs here instead of doing his normal tactics of stabbing and strangling and all that. This movie also introduces a really stupid plot twist that I won't spoil here, but anyone who knows anything about this movie knows what I'm talking about. It doesn't really add anything to the plot, and it becomes a point of great irritation in future sequels. Yeah, I don't like it. But despite my many issues with the movie, I still find it to be highly enjoyable. This is the epitome of dumb fun. A lot of it doesn't make sense when you think about it, but it's just clever enough and just exciting enough to make me forget about how unrealistic it all is. This movie is an engaging and satisfying sequel to Halloween, and I really like it, despite the fact that it is significantly less intelligent. In my opinion, it's a light 7 out of 10.